Hey guys, how you doing? Today, it's gonna be a special video. We're not gonna be talking about Chelsea or Ohio State or Eagles or Cavs or Browns or whatever. Today I'm gonna talk about the Jordan LeBron debate that everyone's been talking about. It's been going on for like 7 years now. And first of all, I'm gonna tell you, I think for me, LeBron is my GOAT, and I'll tell you why. Um, First off, one of the reasons I think he's the goat is that he's the first player ever to come out of high school, even from high school. Forget just high school in general, college doesn't matter. Just to come out into the NBA with such a big impact, so much scrutiny, so much just so much pressure. Um, he scored 25 points in his first game. He had 8 assists, I think. He was like basically the best player on the court, and the guy did this first NBA game. So I mean, that's just insane. Um, Usually people come out of high school, come out of or college or whatever it is. Their first NBA game is always a struggle. Some people, their first season is a struggle. Take an example, Kobe. Kobe had a very bad first year, second year. He was a bench player. He's come off the bench, and he struggled his first year, his second year. LeBron was the star player on in his first game. I mean, that's unheard of. Even Jordan struggled his first. I mean, he won Rookie of the Year, but he struggled his first half of his career. I mean, his first half of his rookie year. Um, uh, I mean, and people tell me, oh, Jordan had so much to go through. He had to go through the Pistons. Oh, the Pistons used to play so much defense on him. Defense, what the Pistons used to do, that's not defense. That's not what you call defense. I can go on the court and smack somebody, upside the head, and that's called defense. It's not defense nowadays. I think nowadays this is what is called defense. This is real defense. People, the new generation, I mean, okay, it's not that physical as the old NBA, but they lock in. They play real kind of defense. That's real kind of defense, not hitting people and punching people and throwing people to the ground. That's not defense. Anyone can go in there and do that. And people say, oh, LeBron had didn't have to face that physicality. He did. A lot of people used to beat him up. The Celtics used to beat him up with Paul Pierce, KG. Uh, 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 the Bad Boys Part Two of Rashid and Ben and all of these guys. He used to get beat up by them. So I don't know why people say that. Um, Also, another point is that LeBron. Tell me one. Like, let me give you an example. Like Kobe and Jordan. Kobe and Jordan did not win without Phil Jackson. Once Phil Jackson was there, Jordan won. Once Phil Jackson was with the Lakers, when Kobe had Shaq, they won. When he left, Kobe could not win till he came back. LeBron has won with a bunch of, let's, I'm not gonna say loser coaches, but not great coaches, not really heard of, like Eric Spoelstra. No one knew who Eric Spoelstra was when he went to the Heat. He was a video coordinator for them. Frank Vogel is always I'd say, a two-star coach. Like he was never like wow. I mean, he had a couple of good seasons with Indiana. During LeBron's time in Miami, and that was it. He was never like a person who would, like, if you fired your coach, you'd be like, oh, let's go get Frank Vogel. I mean, and Tyronn Lue, when he won the championship with the Cavs, that was his first coaching job ever. Ever. He was an assistant. He never had coach in his career. Came in the middle of the season, and they ended up, and the Cavs, of course, ended up winning the championship. So that just tells you, speaks volumes of how LeBron just impacts a game, and he doesn't need any coach. You can bring him any coach, and LeBron would win a game or find a way to win a championship or a game. It's like, it's unreal. How, I mean, that's just, in my opinion, just unbelievable. Another reason is, like, okay, people tell me, oh, he lost 6 finals. I mean, he's been to 10 finals. He's been to 8 in a row. 8 in a row. He faced. People tell me, oh, Jordan faced better, tougher opponents. Jordan did not. Jordan's opponents in the finals. He never played a top 10. player in a final. LeBron has played at Steph Curry. He's played Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant can arguably say that he's arguably a top 10 player. Some people not put him there yet, but maybe at the end of his career he could be a top 10 player. I mean, Jordan's opponents in the finals were Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp is not even a top 20 player. Gary Payton, for me, is not a top 20 player. Barkley, okay, I'd put him in top 15, top 20. Malone wasn't a top 10 player. Stockton was a top 10 player. Clyde Jackson, I wouldn't even put him in the top 20. Magic was done. He had AIDS the year after. He was already old. He's been 11 years in the league. Long time ago, people after 8, 9, 10 years, they're done. 20, like long ago, 10 years was like 20 years in the league. Kareem had retired. James Worthy was injured for that finals. A lot people don't really think about, even see that, think about that. Jordan took breaks. He took I mean, he took a break after his first 3 championships. They say, oh, he retired because he wants to go play baseball. That's not the reason. He retired because he needed a break physically and mentally, and he took a break for 2 years and came back, and they won 3 more. LeBron had taken a break. LeBron went to 8 straight finals without a break. LeBron has been doing this for 20 years without a break. He never complained about being physically and mentally tired. He's still doing it. LeBron is it. For me, when people say who's the best basketball player, my argument is that when you look at the basketball, who's the best basketball player, you have to look at every single part of your game. You can't just talk about Jordan averaged I don't know how much, and Jordan had a better offense, and Jordan. You have to look at all. Basketball is not only scoring. Basketball is assisting, rebounding, getting your players involved. LeBron is the ultimate complete basketball player. He makes his teammates better. He blocks, he assists, he rebounds, he plays every single position from 1 to 5. He can score. I mean, he's just a complete basketball player. That's what I mean by a complete basketball player. You do everything. It's not about scoring. Basketball is not only about scoring. If it was about scoring, you would just not play defense. You just sit down and score the whole time. He's and people say, oh, he keeps switching teams. He won championships with 3 different teams, and every single team he's been to, he's won a championship. That's just that's just big respect in my view, that every single team he's been to, give him 2 years, he wins a championship. I mean, for me, the final debate, the final reason, and that for me is the cherry and the icing on the top of the cake, is his longevity. People tell me, of course he's going to be the top, the greatest scorer, the most points in NBA history, because he's been playing for 20 years. Yeah, but so the guy gets punished because he's so committed to the game, he's so committed to his health, he doesn't cheat the game. His drive is he just wants to keep getting better and better even the age of 39. I mean what he's doing this year just is the icing on the cake, the cherry on the top for him being the best player ever. I mean, the guy is averaging 25 points at the age of 39 and still has to carry his team at the age of 39. He's been carrying every single team he's had every single year for 20 seasons. That just speaks volumes. You can't even debate that. I mean, listen to the podcast. It was between Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. They were talking with each other on the podcast. They were talking with each other, and all the battles LeBron had with the Celtics, with the Cavs and the Heat, especially, and they hated LeBron, especially Paul Pierce. Remember when Paul Pierce was on ESPN, he always used to, I think if I remember, he used to put LeBron out of his top 10, or he used to put him like number 9, number 8. He even went on that podcast and said, I can't argue anymore. Kevin Garnett said, it's not personal anymore. We have to admit this guy is the GOAT. That's it. I mean, these two guys who literally were such LeBron haters, especially Paul Pierce, just admitted that the guy is the best player. That speaks volumes. So many, when I hear a lot of people who are on the Jordan side are people from, old people, I'd say, from people who grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s. LeBron, people who think LeBron backers basically are not only people from this generation. There are a lot of people who lived in the 70s and 80s and 90s who tell you that LeBron is the GOAT. I mean, I can mention so many people: Shannon Sharp, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ric Flair. I mean, it goes on and on. Jay Williams, Kendrick Perkins. These are people who lived in the 70s, 80s, 90s. They're old. They're old. It's just the guy. I just think the guy is just on another level. And I just think he's just a gift from God when it comes to a basketball player. And Trevor Ariza said best. He was on a podcast a couple of days ago. He said that LeBron was made in a lab. He's not a human player, and he's right. I just feel like the guy's tried. I mean, usually when you go up, you reach your prime, you start to go down. He's still on his prime. He's not even going down the hill yet, and he's 39. I mean, it's unimaginable. I can't even. I laugh just thinking about it. He's the GOAT for me. He's the top. He's the he has the most points in NBA history, and he's not even a scorer first. He's a passing player first, and everyone knows that he wants to get his players involved before shooting. That speaks even more volumes. So I mean that's my reasons for LeBron being the GOAT. You guys disagree, agree, you can comment. Let me know what you think. I'll answer you guys all. We'll have a nice debate. And yeah, and please subscribe to my page, and I'll see you guys another time, hopefully. Thank you. See you.